ImpressiveComicBooks.com. That's the website for Mr. Gary Kendra. ImpressiveComicBooks.com. Look, the guy doesn't really know me. He doesn't know I have this little tiny sand speck in the Mojave Desert here. But I do promote them, and I know some of you guys use them because you email me and tell me that you use them and send me some books that he has pressed for you. Many people here in my channel have done that, even though it's a very small channel. And I will keep saying to you that if you don't press your books, that's the man that you should see, in my opinion. Now, if ever he retires, I think I will seek out a guy like Erod. But as of right now, we're going to, I stay loyal to my guy, and Mr. Gary Kendra, I will stay loyal to him. Now, every now and then I do send books to CCS. I was sending them to CCS because he was really busy. Right now, I don't know how busy he is. I don't think he is all that busy. I don't think any presser right now is all that busy, to tell you the truth. Because, prices have really gone on the decline. These are modern books. Now, if you look at the cost of this, say, we're going to break it down. Shipping to Impressive Comics, I calculated at $20. I sent them more than these, though. But I calculated at $20 shipping to him. CGC charges were $612.50. And then Impressive Comics charged me $386. He actually, sometimes he gives me a discount. So, comes out to $1,018.50 for 25 books, guys. So that's very expensive. And this is the least expensive that you can get on CGC because it's the modern tier. $1,000. Over $1,000 for 25 books. Comes out to, with the press, $40.74. Now, if you press your own books, obviously you're taking the pressing fees out. You're still paying for those CGC charges. Now, keep in mind, I get 10% off because of the type of tier that I have. That my subscription with CGC. So if you don't have a subscription that gives you 10% off, then you gotta add 10% to that $612. So, but $40.74, that's pretty hefty because you're looking at just the slab, right? That's all you're looking at. Some of these modern books, you put them out on auction. Not this one in particular, but I'm going to show you some that are going to be complete losses for me. So you gotta know what you're sending in, pick your stuff really good, and hey, you got to be good at grading, man. All right, having said all of that, if you don't do your own pressing, this is the guy that you want to touch your books, because his prices are right there with CCS. And even though I have used CCS and I've been successful with CCS, yeah, Kendra is the, with my projects, that's who I send my projects to, no doubt about it. If I ever start pressing myself, I'm probably still going to send them the really bad books, so that he can work his magic there. All right, case in point here. This book had been in a Legends pack for over 20 years. Now that Legend pack, that figurine has laid on top of this for over 20 years, and it creates creases on the book. Kendra got most of those creases out. Actually got all of those creases out except for, see that? It's got little tick, non-color breaking tick marks. And You know, Paulie D and Jimmy Bowers responded in that last video, and they said, hey, you know what, just don't send it. Either keep the book or sell it. Jimmy Bowers said, a bird in the hand. That's right, man, a bird in the hand. And I think he's right. Now, I am the type of guy that goes after those two in the bush, and I've been successful finding those two in that bush. I have been. Not all the time, but every now and then. This time, however, we are definitely going to be selling this one. Maybe later on I'll give it another shot. It'll probably have to be before Super Bowl Sunday, because I'm assuming that the next Spider-Verse trailer is going to come out probably around Super Bowl Sunday, so it'll have to be before then. So prices hopefully will have simmered down a little bit for the action figures, and I can get another shot at a 9.8. Maybe send it to Kendra. I gotta be really picky about the figure though. Alright, let's see what we got over here. That, by the way, is my first book that goes into the why we do this pile, which is the over 100% keepers. This pile right here is going to be the wet my beak pile, which is over 50% to 100% profits. Even Stevens is either even books or up to 50% in the black. And oh boy, we're going to have some here in the losses for sure. Let's hope that pile is small. Let's see what we got. We're not going to put this one in a pile because this book belongs to my buddy Pete. Every now and then I give him a bone, and this is the bone, because he always takes care of me. Pete has his own LCS, and yeah, I use my presser, Mr. Gary Kendra, to sometimes press some of his books. This is the one that I grabbed from him because he doesn't have a Greatest Thundercats #1. When I picked this up, this wasn't even bagged and boarded. It was just loose in a box. I thought it was probably around a 7.0 when I had it. I thought Kendra could get it up to an 8. He got it up to a 9, but it actually looks much better than a 9. I checked this book out up and down, and I can't see how this is not like at least a 9.4. But CGC is a 9.0. Listen, Pete is going to be super happy with it regardless. But check this out. I mean, come on. Look, this is high resonance. Maybe that right there, but it's very minor. That possibly. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that's what brought it down to a 9.0. Right there, a little crease. Again, this wasn't even bagged and boarded. It was just loose in a box. Kendra cleaned it well and freaking pressed the hell out of it. It probably, 2 years ago, this would have been a 9.4. But Pete will be happy with that, and I never thought that he could even get a 9 out of it. All right, here you go. This one right here, this was all my fault, man, because I just didn't look at this. This has a stain in the back. See that? It's like a water stain. That brought me down to a 7.0. Freaking A, dude. My fault, big time. I'm trying to get as many 9.8s of this as possible because this is the first Majik. Well, they call it the first Ilyana Rasputin, adult Ilyana Rasputin, but technically to me this is the first Magic, because this is, yeah, you could argue with the New Mutants 14 because it's actually titled Magic, but yeah, this is the book. I might be better off just buying the 9.8s because they're so cheap right now. This is Uncanny X-Men number 160, and I'm building up like a pretty good lot of 9.8s. All right, this, I'll be lucky if I sell this now to probably sell this for 30 bucks. Lucky. I paid $41 just to get it slabbed. So do the math here. I might have paid 15 bucks for the book, maybe $10 for the book. Let's go on the high end with 15. That means that I'm into this book 15 and 41. I mean, sell it for 30. It's a loss. This is a 9.0. Again, another book that if I'm lucky, I'll get 30 bucks for. I picked this one up for 15 bucks though. But it's not a 9.8. I would have been okay even with a 9.6. Very hard book to get in the 9.8. This one I couldn't understand at all. Itchy and Scratchy. They're saying that this has a sticker on the cover. I got a feeling that they think that that's a sticker, but that ain't no sticker, Jack. That's not a sticker. Like, I feel like sending this back to CGC unless, you know what, maybe there was a sticker. No. That's not a sticker. That's dirt. Okay. Let me see. You tell me where there's a sticker here on the cover. No, man. No sticker. I'm thinking that they think that's a sticker. And in the back, no sticker in the back. I mean, unless you're telling me that the sticker's inside the cover, which I don't even understand how it could be inside the cover. I actually thought this was a candidate for a 9.8. But that right there probably brings it down, all the way down, definitely. Freaking A. Look, sticker attached to cover. Where? Like, I want to send this back. And see, you know, sticker attached to cover. Where? Inner cover? I'm gonna send. I might. What do I do? Do I send it back for them to reslab it? Maybe call CGC? I don't know. That's a full loss with a green label. Full loss. Who the hell wants to buy that? Okay, now this one right here, I'm not much into this, but it came back as a 9.0. Moderns, not right now, they're getting killed if it's under like a 9.4. They're really getting killed. So those are the losses. Even Stevens. This one, the only reason why this is in Even Stevens at a 7.5, it's because it's a book from 1977. This book I could probably still get maybe 80 bucks for it, and this was maybe 70. I would say 75 to 80 bucks at this grade, white pages, but only because I picked this up in a lot, and this was kind of like a freebie. So to pay 40 bucks for this early X-Men, I was actually lucky to get that because I knew that it was gonna. I thought it was gonna come back maybe a 6.5, but it came back 7.0. I'll take it. I didn't have technically anything on it because the big book was the one that I got for it. So that goes on the Even Stevens. It may be a little bit of profit in there, 10, 15 bucks, if that. This is a 9.4. I'm going to call this straight Even Steven. Straight Even Steven, because I'm into it 10 to 15 bucks. And at a 9.4, so that's like 55. Right now, maybe 60 bucks, but I'm not looking at it right now. I'm looking at it later when Magic becomes something better. This is Mortal Kombat, however, and it is a 9.4. However, this is a newsstand. Very rare book to get in a newsstand. And at a 9.4, it still becomes an even Steven. I wish it was a 9.6 or higher, but it's still going to be something very collectible in a newsstand from a 1994 book. So I think, and I don't have much into the book either. That's one of the books that I got from Pete. I got that one from Pete also, though, but that's not going to pay for that one. All right. The Punisher number 100. Okay, so this cover is not an easy cover to get. Still going to be an even Steven because it's a 9.4. And I don't know, I just always found this as a really cool cover of the Punisher. Highly desired book, though, for Punisher fans. So I don't think I'll have a problem selling that. It's just that it's not going to sell for a hell of a lot. A 9.4 on this. I don't have too much on this, but it's a highly collectible book. Punisher fans do like this book. I've shown this before. You got to be careful with this book because it comes with a sticker, I think, and on the inside on here. And if it's not there, it's going to be a green label. So, all right, this was I gotta admit, a disappointment. I was hoping this would come back a 9.4 to a 9.6. Anybody who grew up in the 90s will remember this cover. Matter of fact, I think you guys have seen this cover before. In a 9.8, this goes for over a G. I thought I had a shot at a 9.4, 9.6. But this is, man, it's just so super tough with that red. Super tough. What a freaking cover, though. Cry for Dawn number 5. This is the second printing. The first printing on this is super hot as well for number 5. The two best covers, in my opinion, for Cry for Dawn. The first and second print of number 5. This is Joseph Michael Linsner. And the guy, man, he's still making a killing with Dawn. This is one of those characters, kind of like Vampirella and Lady Death, that they're just vixens, man. That they in the 90s they would make covers of Lady Death and Dawn, and I mean there were other girls there too that they would go crazy for, but like Turner would have Fathom and some other girls in there that were really nice to look at, eye candy and stuff. But at a 9.2, this is going to be an even Steven, and it will get sold. I have another one, but it's in lower grade. All right. Black Cross. So yeah, this is the very first Dark Horse Presents. Because it's such a rare, you know what, I shouldn't really call it rare, but it's very hard to find, I will say. Okay, it's not an easy book to find at all. Very first book printed by Dark Horse, and it does have the first appearance of Concrete in the back. This came back as a 9.0, and because of that, it's going to be in the more towards the even Steven than the up to 50%. This one will definitely be up to 50% on the upside in the black because it's a 9.6. And this is a book that I'm going to wait for her to show up. Phyla-Vell. If ever I'm going to support a character that's woke, if you want to say the word woke, it's gonna be her, because it's not forced. She wasn't forced. She was just a dope character, man. That's really what it was. It's like a dope character, but you're not force feeding me somebody. These two even Stevens, but only because they were gotten together, and that one came back at a 7.5. I don't have much into them except for the slabbing, but the slabbing is a lot. So the first appearance of and the cameo of the Taskmaster, 7.5 and a 9.0. Still okay though. And She-Hulk, 8.0. That is gonna round up the even Stevens. Let's go to the Wet My Beaks. Warhammer. I told you guys I'm gonna try to go heavy on Warhammer number 0. Warhammer number 0 and a 9.8 just sold for, I think it was it $800 or something like that? Was not mine. I have a 9.6 and now I have a 9.4. This will definitely, in my opinion, be probably about 100%. Should be. It might even go in this pile because this book is hard to find, and in a 9.4 it's probably going to be hard to find too. Secret Wars number 8, first printing at a 9.0. Picked this up from Pete for $100. It's going to be more like a 50% profit after the slabbing. Probably about, more than likely I probably should have put that into the even Stevens though, but yeah, this book will sell quick anyway. Secret Wars 8 always sells. Spider-Man books oversell. Alright, here we go. You've seen that one. Star Wars. This is Jedi versus Sith in a 9.8. I gotta tell you, this book was probably about a 9.4 when I sent it to Kendra. Got me to a 9.8. Next time I'm gonna do a video with books that are not like you're gonna see them raw. I'm gonna make a video like that before I send them to Kendra, and I'm gonna wait on them to come back, and then we're gonna see the results. But we're gonna see how they look before they go to Kendra. This will be my only keeper. The first time ever that I get a Predator number 1 in a 9.8 from CGC. I've sent multiple ones that I've sold, and they come back like a 9.4. 9.4s. I think I've shown one here that came back at a 9.4 once in one of these videos. 9.8 keeper without a shadow of a doubt. This stays in the collection. This is why we do this. Why we do this. This will not be sold. The only book out of these 25 that won't be sold. Invincible number 3. Come back at a 9.8. Early Invincible. Captain Marvel cameo of Phyla-Vell at a 9.8. Second 9.8 that I get of this book. It will be sold though. Married with Children. You know what? This was something that I just saw. It is a newsstand. This, if you ever go after this book, let me take this out. If you ever go after this book, this has a poster inside. If it doesn't have the poster, it's gonna be green label. I don't know. I'm just glad I got this at a 9.8. Christina Applegate again in the 90s. Yeah. Yeah, she was something that got your hormones going, let's just say that. Okay, but I don't know. I think this is gonna sell well. This will be sold. You know, I never noticed that this had I never even noticed that this had this This is from Fantastic Four number 243, when the Avengers and the Fantastic Four fought Galactus. Quantum Quartet. Never even knew that. And, oh boy, my second. This is fire, man. Fire. Yeah. This is one of the books that I had sent in as a pre-screen and failed the pre-screen, sent it to Kendra, comes back a 9.8. This is the second variant that I get. Let's look at the other one. Here's the other one. 2 unboxings, man, where one I got from Hawaiian Punch, sent it as a pre-screen and got the 9.8 as a pre-screen. The other one failed the pre-screen, but Kendra got me to a 9.8 after the press. Can't be happier. Can't be happier for that. Minimum $1,000 book. So yeah, it is. It was just great unboxing, man. Great unboxing to me, for this channel. It's a great unboxing. And Kendra, definitely will endorse Kendra no matter what. My dudes, later.